Taylor Swift is now a billionaire. She's become a billionaire because of that concert tour that she went on last year, the Eras Tour. Other than on this show when my producers have made me do it, I don't think I've ever consciously listened to a Taylor Swift song. I'm sure I would recognize some of them if they came on the radio, but the one that comes to mind is I'm the Problem, It's Me, because we did it on the show. But I just haven't paid attention to Taylor Swift. And yet, when she launched her tour, and I came into the office, all the girls in this office were on their computers. This is, I don't know when it was, right after my show, first thing in the morning. They're refreshing Ticketmaster because they've got the American Express extra pass to buy the tickets early, and the tickets were $1 bazillion, and they were so excited. So what? I had friends of mine, female friends, very serious women, very normal people, went crazy for Taylor Swift, paid lots of money and inconvenienced themselves to go see the show. I didn't get it. But obviously, 50 Million Frenchmen can't be wrong. The tour has brought Swift's net worth to $1.1 billion, according to Bloomberg. Why is it? I think, I'll expand on this. I'll even expound on this in the coming days and weeks. But I think the reason that Taylor Swift is singularly successful, probably the most powerful woman on earth right now, is because she's basically normal. She is pretty. She's not a runway model. She's pretty. She sounds pleasant. She's not Mozart. Okay? She's not Pavarotti, but she sounds pleasant enough. Totally inoffensive. She doesn't have a ton of tattoos. She doesn't have crazy hair. She doesn't have a million weird piercings. She doesn't go screech and scream. If she has political views, they're relatively mildly stated. She's just normal and nice and pleasant. And for much of our nation's history, that would have made Taylor Swift totally unexceptional. No one would know her name. But at this moment, which is so absurd, which is so insane, which is so divorced from reality, just a little bit of normal is refreshing and desired. And if you are that normal person, you can make $1 billion, apparently. Right now, go to metashare.com/Michael. As a Daily Wire listener, you are informed and engaged and handsome. You value your freedom, your way of life, your personal responsibility. That's why you got to check out Metashare. Metashare is a community-based approach to healthcare that lines up with the principles you believe in. Your beliefs matter. And with Metashare, your healthcare dollars will not be used for medical procedures that don't line up with what you believe in. Metashare is the highest rated healthcare sharing ministry with a 30-year proven track record. Members save up to 50% or more on their monthly healthcare costs, and member satisfaction surveys show that they like Metashare much more than health insurance. Why? Because it works. For a limited time, Daily Wire listeners will receive a $150 gift card when they join Metashare. To find out more, go to metashare.com/Michael. That is metashare.com/Michael. Terms and conditions apply. Do not wait. Head on over right now. Get that $150 gift card when you join. It is metashare.com/MICHAEL. Jen Psaki is attacking Mike Johnson, the new conservative leader of the House of Representatives, because Mike Johnson is a Christian.
The Bible doesn't just inform his worldview, it is his worldview. In fact, during his first speech in his new job, Johnson suggested that his election as Speaker was an act of God. Talk about a bit of a humble brag there. So what exactly has God apparently called on Mike Johnson to do? Well, his views on policy are essentially what you'd expect from a religious fundamentalist. They're more divisive than they are divine.
So this reminds me, obviously, of when Dianne Feinstein, R.I.P., made fun of Amy Coney Barrett and attacked her by saying that she feared that the dogma lived loudly within her. The implication being that a Catholic should not be on the Supreme Court. Maybe a fake Catholic is okay, like a Joe Biden type or a Nancy Pelosi type. But an actual practicing Catholic should not be permitted on the Supreme Court. This reminds me of when Joy Behar mocked Mike Pence, I think it was, but it was some conservative at least, for believing that he would speak with God. And he said, Joy Behar said, that's crazy. Maybe you can pray to Jesus, but once Jesus starts talking back, then that's when you got to worry. Anyone who prays is a crazy person. And you see that same kind of ignorance here with Jen Psaki. He says, this guy, he thinks, this man who is in a position of civil authority, he thinks he was placed there by God, which is a very basic Christian belief. St. Paul writes about this in the letter to the Romans, that the civil authority is given to us by God for the execution of justice and for our own good. If you are a Christian of any sort, you most certainly believe in providence, the notion that God has a plan that unfolds throughout history. Ours is a very historical religion. In fact, there's a pivot of history known as the incarnation and the crucifixion and the resurrection. This is like Christianity 101, folks. And what's shocking here is not that a liberal would make fun of Christianity. They tend to be opposed to Christianity. In fact, the very terms left and right come from the French Revolution, when the Christians sat on the right side of the National Assembly and the revolutionaries and the atheists and the liberals sat on the left side of the assembly. So that's been baked in for a long time. What's shocking is the ignorance and the kind of proud, glib ignorance that she would mock this guy for being a Christian when she clearly doesn't understand the first thing about Christianity. And then there's this final little irony here, which is that the liberals are so irate at the notion of religious politics. One, the liberals themselves are as superstitious as they come. They think that a man can become a woman, and they think that a baby can magically cease to be a baby when the mother doesn't want him. But beyond that, they suggest that they hate the idea of religious politics. And I promise you, to any liberals who might share that view who are listening to the show right now, if you think religious conservatism is bad, just wait until you see irreligious conservatism. If you think politics informed by true religion broadly is not a great thing, just you wait until you see irreligious politics. Just you wait to see how bad things can get. Because everybody's got to serve somebody. So if you're serving God, if you're orienting your society and your personal life toward the good, you're going to fail. It's a fallen world, but you'll be headed in the right direction. If you're just turning away from all that and you throw morality aside and you ignore God and you pursue only that which is evil and convenient, man, things can get bad real fast. Man, that was a great clip, huh? Now, hey, stop. Ring that bell. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles podcast. We'll see you next time.